Our next inductee is the personification of the term hometown boy does good. He was born and raised here in the Tampa area. He began an outstanding amateur career of 80 fights. He was one of the most decorated amateurs ever to come out of the Tampa area. He turned pro at the age of 17 and looked to have a promising professional career until, again, a severe eye injury caused him to undergo cornea transplants and forced him into early retirement. His passion remained, though, for boxing, and while he was attending a training camp with the great Sugar Ray Robinson, Robinson's trainer George Gainford encouraged him to continue on in boxing as a trainer because of that passion. He embarked on his career and has worked with hundreds of fighters. Among his best-known fighters include world champions Nate Campbell and Juan Urango and top lightweight contender Edner Cherry. In the early 2000s, he was one of the founders of the very successful Starfight Promotions, which put on a number of shows every year at places like the A La Carte Pavilion here in Tampa. He recently started his own company and actually co-promoted a show here in Tampa just last week. He still likes to hang out at his favorite gym, the Fight Factory, and it's a tribute to his reputation as young fighters continue to seek his counsel on how to fight. And on a personal note, he was one of the first promoters to give me a chance to ring announce in the Tampa area, which was a huge boost for my career, and I will always be grateful for that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame class of 2011, Tampa's own trainer, Pete Fernandez.
My favorite song. I know my wife is responsible for that song. My favorite song. It's with great honor that I accept this. To be mentioned, the three of us that are going in, Dwayne, Mark, Coach Mark, and myself, what an honor. Someone asked me yesterday, Pete, what's your greatest accomplishment? Well, for me, everyone says, taking so-and-so to fight for a world title, working with so-and-so. For me, it's working with the one-and-one kid, the little four-rounders, the kids that need your direction. Dwayne Simpson said about his amateur program, people don't realize, Coach Mert also mentioned, people don't realize how much fighters depend on us. We were once fighters, so we understand the bond between a fighter and a coach. For me, it's working with the young kids. For me, it's working with that 0-1 kid, that 1-1 kid, 3-3 kid, going into the ring, taping his hands, putting those little 8-ounce gloves on, those 10-ounce gloves on, and that kid going in there and getting cut and losing the fight and going home. And, you know, most of those kids don't even care about the little money that they make that night. Those of you that know me, I'm not like Coach Simpson and Coach Mark. I'm not great with words. But tonight, I want to say a tribute for me is to those little kids, those little 0-1 guys, those little 1-1 guys that I respect. Thank you.
Pete just sold his Fight Factory gym in Tampa, but that does not mean he's slowing down at all. He and his wife travel all across the country ballroom dancing. The shag is their favorite dance.